Shout out to my buddy Big Fish. He used to say that. How do you do? Hopefully, you're having an amazing day. The news doesn't always have to be a bummer. Sometimes we could flip the script and take the perspective of the news and make it inspiring. There's some not great news today that since 1970, 73% of wildlife, just in general, has disappeared from the earth and is disappearing faster and faster every day due to what they call human pressures. In a van down by the river. All those vans down by the river. All that van life. Oh man, if Chris Farley was here today to see van life become a thing. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. But we can do something. Just like back in the 90s. If you were here for the 90s in Aquanet, late 80s, 90s, we had a big ozone hole forming because of all the hair metal bands using Aquanet. And all of us that love the music using Aquanet as well. And we stopped that hole in the ozone, and the ozone is healing. How? We changed how the Aquanet came out the can. Well, Aquanet, I think, is gone. But we as a collective, we as a people came together and fixed it. So there's hope in this France24.com story, link down in the description. And I think I'm going to go live a little bit later because I got some things to do, but this is important. And why it's important in a completely related news story, that link down in the description. Hit subscribe and the notification bell so when I go live later, you can join me. I do a live news commentary channel, live stream every weekday. But in a completely related story, scientists have figured out how to replicate that little sucker on the octopus in interesting engineering. God, that was hard to say. Interestingengineering.com. There's an article about scientists replicating how an octopus with its mighty, mighty tentacles. Those things terrify me. As much as I love the octopus, and my son does too, so we did like a research project on it in first grade. What's up, Wanda? Talking about octopuses, scientists replicating octopus's suckers technology. And that sucker on the octopus is actually called the infundulum. Interesting, it's linked down below, the infundulum. And this one person found octopuses as interesting as I. Love them. I love the blue ring, even though it would kill me and it's very dangerous. Looks like we're getting a future Spider-Man, 100%. Well, that's if we could keep the animals on the earth. Let's face it. Let's be real here. Because the first article I linked, if you're just joining, is talking about how the WWF, not the wrestling, they had to lose that title, the World Wildlife Federation. Who was here first? Let's respect that authority. They said since 1970, due to human pressures, 73% of the world's wildlife has disappeared and is disappearing quickly due to human pressures. Oh, God. We could do something about it. But the importance of that story, and again, I found them on Reddit, so they were completely unrelated, but I'm relating them here and now for you, is that scientists have developed a sucker that works like the octopuses in infundulum. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an octopi scientist. But they have replicated that. And nature's design is perfect, man. Nature didn't mess up. Maybe with the platypus. But mostly nature is perfect. And that sucker that the octopus can use, which terrifies me, because I just don't know if they're like a python and they can latch on and just choke you to death. Imagine a chokehold. That would be a cool MTV celebrity death match. They used to do a claymation on MTV Celebrity Deathmatch, big celebrities, and they would make them out of clay and have them fight. That'd be cool to see an octopus take on something in a claymation and just do a rear naked choke with the suckers. But that infundulum has been replicated, duplicated by scientists to work underwater for rescue efforts, for God knows what, Spider-Man suits. I mean, that would be, I would totally buy an octopus sucker suit so I could climb up stuff. Because they said it was fascinating at their ability to latch onto things underwater, no matter the surface. And if you've ever tried to pick up like a mossy rock underwater, good luck. But they could do it without effort and then let it go. I mean, perfect timing. What's up, Solus? Oh, good morning to you. I gotta say, today I feel like a millionaire. I feel so great today. Going to get my kids right now, and I left the house, and we had to move to a new place, and we had this tiny little fireplace. And before I left, I got to make my wife a little fire before she goes to work, because it's brisk here. It's 54 degrees here in Massachusetts today, a brisk October morning. Remember Lipton Iced Tea used to do the commercials, the claymation? They would have Rocky in it going, "That's brisk, baby," for the brisk iced tea. I used to like Lipton brisk iced tea. I don't even know if they make it in the can anymore, or if they make it at all. But I got to make my wife a fire out of the good firewood. I told her, look at what capitalism has done. They even took the ancient ceremony of building a fire and turned it into a fire log. You just light it and go. All the wax and paper mache and wood shavings and God knows what. They just turned, capitalism turned anything to crap, because it's a ceremony. It's an ancient art to build a fire. Ancient, man, that's ancient. And capitalism turned it into the fire log. So I got to make my wife this amazing birchwood fire. I love birchwood, and smelling it in a fireplace is, oh, it smelled like honey when I left. And she's got to go to work soon. I was like, yo, I'm king. They really, some things in life are the greatest things in life don't cost money. Because building my wife a fire before I left was like, she said, I'm cold. I said, let me get you a fire. Do I know what a mind goblin is? Do I want to know, Matthew Jenkins? It is October, so share with us. But I'll tell you what, I feel so amazing. Building that fire, knowing that she's going to be warm, going to get my kid. Matthew, that is some hysterical 8th grade humor. Thank you, Soulless. Yo, I respect. Listen, like I tell my kids, if you're creative, it's hard for me to put anybody that's extremely creative into trouble. So I tell my kids, like, if you're gonna say something, make sure it's creative. If you're gonna say something that's off the cuff, little out of bounds, make it really creative so I can't punish you. Creativity, I respect. You woke up early to tell that joke. Dude just goes around into different live streams just to tell that joke. That's so funny. Either way, Soulless and Wonder, I'm glad you guys are back here. Sorry to hear that your shoulder feels messed up. That's how I felt all day yesterday, man. My shoulder, it's like a pin in my shoulder bothering me. So, take a moment today, that story about building a fire, a birch wood fire for my wife, white birch. I share with you because take a moment to be present in the moment. Because, out of all the stuff, all the hectic stuff that goes on, bills and rent, and, all that stuff, cost of food, cost of living, the news, election cycles, all this, take a moment to just be present. Building that fire, I felt like, I felt like a millionaire. I felt just so amazing getting to do that. Even though I disagree with the fire right now, I tell, let's be honest, before I was like, this is the one time of year we could crack a window. It's 50 degrees out and it's perfect. You don't need the heat, AC. It's just perfect out. Perfect. So, but just take a moment to be present with whoever. I don't know how you deal with the cold, build a fire. So, the kids did s'mores last night. I'm in England, 1651. Jesus, man. What time is that even? 16. Hold on, I could do that. Oh, so it's 11:53. You guys are 6 hours ahead. England. That's cool. What part, man? I love Cornwall. I got relatives out there. I love the UK. All of it. Only been to England a few times. Bath, London, Cornwall. I forget where in Cornwall, but England is absolutely amazing. Amazing. Bristol. Is that coastal? That's good. That sounds coastal. Bristol sounds coastal. I love the UK, man. That's my goal. I'm going to go back to the UK and live stream from there. So anyways, they're creating this octopus sucker that's duplicating nature. And nature is absolutely a fine-tuned, oiled machine. Needs no adjustments. And that's the importance. When I read these articles from the WWF, World Wildlife Federation, talking about the decimation of the animals on our planet, which I've known for a while. I'll tell you why I knew in a minute. But when you read about that, you think about all the progress, all the just immaculate creations that we duplicate from nature, that we, nature becomes our muse, whether it's architecture, art, and really everything. Nature has been our muse. And to think that we're eradicating, because it's not just the animals, the ecosystems die, things change, invasive species come in when, look at, you're going to go now. All right, Matthew, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. But when you think of all the things that nature has given us, right? All the inspiration, nature's Our Lady Muse. And to think what we would miss out. And you would think these greedy billion-dollar corporations that are helping, accentuate, speed up this process, they would understand the importance of nature and the ecosystems and the animals and the diversity and all that. What are they trying to invent? I think in the article, again, interestingengineering.com down below, it talks about how they created the octopus sucker. One things was like for rescue attempts or for underwater things, that because octopus can work perfectly underwater, build stone walls, whatever it wants to do with those suckers. So they would utilize it for, underwater. I don't know. I don't go underwater much. I'm above ground guy, but even when I'm surfing, I'd like to stay above the water. But who knows? And it's fascinating that they do it. And more importantly, on land, you talk about a Spider-Man suit. Yo, Doc Ock. Imagine having tentacles, some kind of extension where you could use octopus suckers to grab stuff. I mean, who knows? It's limitless, the possibilities. But we're eroding our chances of discovering more things like that, or just being able to study more things like that with nature being gone. Again, links in the description, folks. Read these articles, and I put them together and talk about them together because they're completely 100% related. You don't have technology breakthroughs if the octopus goes extinct. You can't study it, you can't look at it, you can't be fascinated. New minds can't be curious and ponder about, what if we did that? How do you replicate that? I mean, they go hand in hand, and I'm surprised maybe more people see it, maybe they don't, but I had to share that. All right, I gotta go in a minute, but I wanted to bring that to your attention, and I'm gonna try to go live later tonight, like 10 p.m. tonight. Once I get everything settled, the housebound duties settled, we'll take this mystical, magical adventure on another spin. And that's why I say, please, please, folks, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, join the Discord. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. In fact, more people all over the world getting together to share in this knowledge, to have a conversation, discussion about it. It's vital that we have more people from all over the place. So if you're from across the globe and not just in Massachusetts, a salute to you. Solus just woke up. Take some time. Take a moment. If you just woke up, this is the perfect time to take a moment, focus on your breathing, close your eyes, visualize some beautiful things to happen. Just for you, whatever you see. Yeah, my son, well, I can't say he's doing better. He's not as bad as before. In fact, that's why I'm getting him out of school early, because poor kid. Just a poor kid, School's like a petri dish. So, listen, Solus, and for everybody who's just waking up or just taking a break to stop by this video, this is for you. Take a moment to just be in the moment. I know that sounds redundant, but for real, take a moment and just be in the moment. Take some breaths, focus on your breathing, let those thoughts pass by like storm clouds, or just like regular clouds. Let them pass by, and then once you can focus that attention, focus it on something that you really, really want. Feel you are there. Feeling is the secret. All right, guys, much love, much respect. I'll see you later tonight, so hit subscribe and the notification bell, and go join our Discord. Come on, Solus make that place awesome. Hi, dear. How are you, Tarun Pandita? I'm just wrapping up, so I need you to hit subscribe and the notification bell. I am Rob. I do a live news commentary, live stream every single weekday, Monday through Friday. I call it Newsmentary, and I'm going to go live later. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, Tarun Pandita. I love that. Pandita. I love how that's musical. That's musical, that word. I love that. But we were talking about nature, how the WWF, World Wildlife Federation, has said since 1970, 73% of animals have left our planet, and they ain't coming back, folks. That's the saddest part. That terrifies me, and it bothers my kids too. You know, my kids ask me about that. Like, what if this animal goes away? And you know, I don't want our hope to be that Elon Musk fucking clones these animals and we have some kind of Jurassic Park for shit we could have just seen. Oh, and I was going to tell you guys why I've known this for a while. It's because when we moved back to Massachusetts, in Massachusetts, you used to see fireflies and toads and salamanders. You couldn't bump a step anywhere without seeing a firefly, toad, or salamander. And now I haven't seen one toad, one salamander since being back. I saw fireflies when I went to see my friend's mom after he passed away. I went to, you know, spend some time with her, and she had fireflies in her backyard. By the way, big shout out to my boy who passed. I keep thinking about him. So that's right. So it's Discord link in the description. Join our Discord. Keep an eye out for the nature you used to see that you don't see no more, and we need to protect it. We can come together and do that. Thank you. Much love. Respect.